The following is an Infinity One Productions presentation, keeping it honest, insightful, interactive. You're listening to the RCWR Show with Lee Sanders.
The Black Avenger, Lee Sanders. Thank you for checking us out this Saturday afternoon, November 23rd, 2013. A couple of minutes past the 2 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. What's up, everybody? For those of you that I haven't spoke with, I hope that those of you who are gamers, your shopping hand went okay for that Xbox One. Didn't really hear anything too bad going on, which is a good thing. I don't like hearing about crimes and all that with the gaming councils, but we'll dive into all that talk later. Hey, as always, we've got the chat room at BTR open for you guys right now. Feel free to jump on in there when you get a free moment. If you have a question or comment you want to shoot our way, that's the place. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at the RCWR Show or at x.fm/the RCWR Show. Phone lines are open at 646-478-3525. Once again, that is 646-478-3525. Listen to the prompts, get yourself live on the air. All right, boys and girls, we got a really great episode for you all, and we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to kick things off with our special guest this week. Dedication and determination. That's what best describes our guest, who's been a professional bodybuilder since 2002. You do some homework and look closely, you'll find since 2003, he's ranked first and overall in various competitions. It's with that passion and drive that's made him a 2011, 2012, and current Mr. Olympia champion that's been featured in many fitness magazines, including Muscle and Fitness, and currently this month's Flex magazine. Now, he made headlines last month after making a brief cameo at TNA Wrestling's Bound for Glory pay-per-view that has many wondering if he's eyeing a career in pro wrestling. To talk more about that, please welcome to the show the one and only Mr. Phil the Gift Heath. Phil, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, guys.
Awesome. It's great to have you on the show, man. Really appreciate it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first Wrestling Talk interview you've done since your appearance at Bound for Glory?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. We appreciate that. It's nice to get an exclusive from time to time, so we hope you, the listeners, appreciate this. Now, I think something that's really cool about you is the fact that you've been bodybuilding for over 10 years now, but you started off as a basketball player, and you even took this up to being at the University of Denver. I've never heard of a transition before from basketball player to bodybuilder. What got you into it?
Primarily because I needed I needed a new hobby, guys. I mean, growing up wanting to play NBA, was a dream of mine, and I was fortunate enough to get a 4-year scholarship at the University of Denver. And once I got done playing ball, I went from a student athlete to just a student, as I still had a 5th year of education to complete. So, I was bored, man, and I started, going to the local gym on campus, hanging out with some guys that were already competing on the amateur circuit, and, was amazed at their transformation. I just thought, wow, how cool is that they could put a goal out there and say, I want to get shredded abs and biceps and triceps and back and legs and this and that, and I can do it within a certain period of time. And I thought, it's worth giving it a try. So I was able to do a show a few months later, after 6 months of, hard work and dedication. I was able to compete at the 2004 NPC Northern Colorado in Boulder, Colorado. That was April 4th of 2003. And then right after that, I won I won my first 5 amateur competitions, being Mr. USA in 2005, and then winning my first 2 pro shows a year later, both in Colorado and one in New York. And I caught the bug, man. I just wanted to look good and feel great, and I've been living the dream ever since.
When you first told your friends, your family of your decision to go into bodybuilding, did they encourage it or did they try to deter you from it? Because, for me personally, I was into the whole graphic arts design. So when I was in high school in my senior year and I'm getting ready to, go into college, I'm telling my friends and family, I kind of want to take a break from that. I want to do something that's just not related to that. I want to do something totally different. And they were like, no, you got to stick to this. This is your career. Were you kind of getting that same treatment?
I think it was just the unknown. my parents and family, they just didn't know any bodybuilders to understand, like, is there a way of making a living out of this? I was a major in business management and also in information technology. So, I mean, this is good, background to go out workforce with. And to give that up just to go work at a gym with the hopes of trying to compete in bodybuilding was just like, son, why are you doing this? And for me, it was just a newfound passion. And over time, my parents were able to see, and also family and friends, and even some naysayers along the way to say, wow, like, I never thought that not only Phil would be really good at this, but he could also make a living out of it. And I still remember this day, my mom had received a parking notice from the University of Denver saying, like, oh, you're parked illegally, and they send it to your permanent address, and it went unpaid for 3 months, so it tripled in value. Chewing me out, giving me the talk, right? Got to get your stuff together. I know you're not making money and bodybuilding and this and that. And I just told her, I said, well, how much is it? Oh, it's $120. I said, I can take care of it. No, I already took care of it. No, Mom, let me pay for it. I already took care of it. You're working at this gym and you're bouncing at nightclubs and this and that. And I can take care of this. I said, Mom, I just signed with Weider Health and Fitness, and I was on the cover of Flex magazine. She said, oh, well, how much was it? I said, well, they gave me a nice signing bonus. I said, I'll send you the pay stub. She got the pay stub. She calls me back. She says, well, not only can you pay this bill, but you can pay your cell phone, your car insurance, your gas. So, I mean, she was like, wow, like, my son is self-sufficient. And even though we had planned on him being, in basketball or just working a regular 8 to 5 in my craft, she realized her son, her only child, is going to be okay. And since then, my parents have been to every professional show, just about every one of them I've ever done. My mom has been to every Mr. Olympia that I've done, and she is definitely my biggest fan next to my wife. Even fans know who my mom is. She's all throughout Vegas, that Olympia weekend, and people are like, oh, man, I saw your mom in the elevator. I saw your mom at the casino. I was sitting next to her at lunch, and, man, and it's gone from the unknown being a reality and saying, wow, like, this is a pretty cool life that my son lives, and now I'm able to touch more people with my story and my journey, and now all my family's involved. They're like, oh man, we want to get in shape, and we know who to talk to, our nephew or our son, and it's not. So it's been spectacular, I think.
With all your accomplishments in bodybuilding, what have been your keys to success? What keeps you going and striving to improve yourself and your body?
I really have tried to keep things very simple. And what I mean by that is playing life with your eyes, watching others that are ahead of you and seeing their journey as well of where they've made mistakes, and realize that the one that can minimize those big, costly mistakes are the ones that usually win very, very fast. I'm a very detail-oriented person, and I just try to make every day count. So I live a very meaningful lifestyle, meaning everything I do has purpose for my goal. So if my goal is to gain 5 pounds of muscle mass, I have a goal, and I realize, okay, I have to eat this much protein, I have to eat this many grams of carbs, I have to train this way, I have to sleep this way, I have to recover this way. And if that means that I don't go to a party, that means I don't go to a party. If that means I have to do more cardio, I do more cardio. That doesn't mean, oh, well, I'm going to go to your house and have a barbecue, and I'm going to be drinking beers and having a good time. And that all has its place, but I always ask myself, does this apply to my goal? And if usually the answer is no, that pizza and beer doesn't apply to me trying to be the best bodybuilder in the world. So it's a pretty easy decision as to not do it. So I keep motivated through that mentality, and then also knowing that I've got one life, and I try to live very happily in what I do. Weight training is not about just grunting and cussing in the gym. It's about wellness. It's about taking whatever's going on in your other areas of life and putting that negativity or even positive energy into those weights, and you're going to get something positive out of it. And who doesn't feel great after they've had a great run or, a good spin class or a great leg day? Yeah, it hurts. And yeah, you may have gotten dizzy or wanted to throw up or whatever, but the results when you see the improvements are just phenomenal. So the motivation also with me taking progress pictures over the last 10 years, seeing what I looked like when I first started, week after week. That's the whole motivation I need, in addition to, I've got some really amazing fans, all around the world. They really do support me with the sponsors that I have as well. I have nothing but, pure enjoyment doing what I do as being Mr. Olympia. I mean, it got me on TNA, it got me, a chance to talk to these viewers as well, these listeners. And, I'm just living the dream, and I'm just very, very pumped. Anyone that sees me, I'm usually talking I'm smiling while I talk all the time, It's just great.
What advice could you give to those who may be struggling staying fit and healthy, and they want to try to maintain a certain build? Personally, I know of many people, including myself, who do a pretty good job 6 to 8 months, but then fall off the wagon. What tips can you give?
I would definitely, like when people say, read the labels, I always say read the labels. Meaning, you do need to kind of consult your physician. And a lot of people, especially a lot of Americans, we don't get physicals done anymore. Once we get to a certain age, it's kind of like going to the dentist. we don't get a physical done because we don't like going to the doctor, especially males. Males have been noted to never like going to get a physical, having to get a full line of blood work done. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people want to have a chance to get bigger or get leaner, and sometimes you have something going against you. Maybe you have an injury. Maybe you have a certain condition that's preventing you from doing that. And since we wake up every day and go to work, we think that we're healthy. No, not necessarily. You may be having some ailments that are preventing you to get to those goals. So first of all, I would say, consult your physician, get a physical done, maybe get some blood work done, just see what you're up against. After that, really just make a plan. You don't have to go 6 days a week like you read in the magazine, reading about what I do. Maybe start with 3 and then 4. And then, you don't have to be in there 2 hours a day. Maybe just start with 30 minutes and make those 30 minutes count. Not being on Facebook, not being on Twitter while you're, jacking around in between sets, with 3 machines going on at the same time. But actually give a good hard focus for 30 minutes and then do it for 40. Then do it for 50. And then over time you start getting in this habit to where, usually after a month of going consistently, 21 days start a habit, they say. So after a month's time, you'll be back at it. And then when you do fall off the wagon, just know that you can get back on there if you took some good notes. And that's where the motivation with having guys like me are very helpful with going on YouTube or going on Facebook or whatever and researching your favorite athlete. And you can get some motivational quotes from guys like me. You can go online and buy some merchandise as far as like a DVD or something that can walk you through your next 12-week program. Or pick up a Flex magazine. That I did that. I still do it. I still read other guys' routines. I'm getting their secrets too, but hey, it's always good to have a well-rounded, base of knowledge and understanding. The research that we have, it's almost like there's no excuse. You got cardio equipment with TVs on them. You got your iPhone that you can play music. You can write notes and this and that. If you don't know how to do a certain exercise, you can type it in on Google and research it. So we really don't have any excuse. I just tell people, have the guts to get your butt in there. And once you get in there, just try to have fun. Even if the workout's getting kind of boring, just try to make it fun for yourself in some way. It doesn't have to always be a grueling experience. Just try to have fun with it, and you'll find your way. Just be positive. Don't be negative and say, oh, man, I got to go to this freaking gym again. I hate this. Well, make yourself enjoy it. Make yourself enjoy it. And, get with some good positive people around you because you're not alone. Everybody wants to talk about being great, but a lot of people don't want to follow through with it. And if it was easy, everybody would be good. But just have fun with it. That's what I do. I've been doing it ever since.
That's good words right there. Very good words right there. I think Tammy had brought it up. She said you were at the TNA Turning Point pay-per-view this week. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I was in Orlando a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was really neat to go be behind the scenes and kind of watch again what these amazing athletes get to do in that ring. It was just awesome. And I was able to do some video content for Spike that'll be used at a later date, and then also for Impact Wrestling's and TNA's online presence. So I'm starting to do more stuff with the Bromans, and I really like working with the Bromans. Those guys are just awesome, and to know that these guys enjoy lifting weights, and they get a good kick out of posing and stuff like that too. So we're able to work together really, really well, and being around those guys and also some of the other athletes, some of the other wrestlers. They see me in there, and I saw Kurt Angle, and he's like a god to guys like me, because he's an athlete, and he did wrestling as well, and, he's got a huge following. And to have him come up and say, hey, Mr. Heath, how you doing? Him going out of his way to say hello, and acknowledge me as a champion was just like, no, man, you're the legend, you know, and it's just, you know, great to be a part of it. And, you know, all of them now are kind of buzzing around backstage saying, like, so are you going to be, like, coming back next week or next month, and are they going to put you in the script and this and that? I go, well, we'll see, you know, we'll see. And I hope so. I hope so in some way, some capacity. I'd love to be a part of it.
How long have you been checking out the TNA promotion now? Has it been a good while or recently?
It's been most recent. In Flex Magazine, we had a couple girls in there and that were featured in the Flex Magazine. I was like, wow, they actually work out. And I thought, let me see these guys and stuff too. And I started seeing some of the guys in these other magazines. And, you know, I thought, I wonder if there's a way that, you know, I could go watch this. And guys over at Weeder AMI, Flex Magazine, Muscle and Fitness was able to organize that first appearance that I did. Let me tell you, I mean, you know, I'm a fan of all of them. I think they're just amazing. What they do in that ring, you know, is just incredible. And I got to live the dream. You know, first wrestling match I ever went to was at the Kingdom in Seattle, Washington, back in the early 90s. And I got to see Andre the Giant go against Ultimate Warrior, and Coco Beware go against Honky Tonk Man, and Hercules go against Virgil, and Ric Flair. You know, all these guys. I mean, Superfly Jimmy Snuka and all that stuff. And I just thought, wow, that would have been cool if I could one day see that really up close. And I had that opportunity just a month ago to be in it. So I, you know, even talking to you guys, I can only imagine what the future lies ahead. And I just hope that in some capacity I could be involved and have some fun, you know, increase my likeness as well. You know, a lot of my fans are cross-compatible from bodybuilding to pro wrestling, and I met some pro wrestling fans that said to me just on Thursday night, are you going to be involved in the script? Are you going to be involved? I said, man, let's just cross our fingers and see what happens. But I can tell you this, it won't be the last time you guys see me with them. The guys over at TNA Impact Wrestling have just been amazing. They've been very hospitable to me and the guys over at Flex Magazine, and it's been a great partnership.
That's good to hear. So, you know, are you interested in being a professional wrestler? Is that something you would give strong consideration to?
I would give strong consideration to it primarily because I've seen what these guys have done, and I'm just huge into fitness and huge into the excitement. And it's like, you want to be a part of it. Like, for me to be ringside and be with the bromans and watch what they do, I just thought, man, how can I get into this? How can I get in this? So as of right now, I have my own, you know, industry to hold, and being an ambassador of bodybuilding, I mean, that's a huge responsibility. So for me to drop that and go right into pro wrestling would not be, you know, wise as of right now. But it doesn't mean that I can have some nice more cameos and maybe, you know, get involved a little bit. Not too sure if my sponsors would let me do a few bumps at all, but maybe there's something else that I can get going. I wouldn't mind getting, you know, hit in the face by one of these guys, or me tackling another dude, or outside of that ring, maybe I can help the bromans win again, you know, a little controversial win or something. Who knows? Maybe I can hit someone in a chair. I don't know. But the sky's the limit. You know, I'm open for any suggestion and any opportunity. I'm not going to turn my head over it and say, no, I'm just a bodybuilder. You know, no, I'm always going to be Mr. Olympia. But there's always other things that, you know, strike my interest, and this is one of them.
So if and when the time comes to pursue a career as a pro wrestler, is TNA Wrestling the promotion you're going to be going with, or do you have others in mind?
Obviously there's other federations and stuff, and it's still early to even digest that, let alone really make a decision, because there's really no offer on the table, to be honest. So just like any business deal I've ever done is to weigh all the options out. But I can say I'm one of those type of guys that's pretty loyal, so the people that get on me first is usually the ones that I end up with, because they show the interest and they show the excitement. And I can tell you that the guys over at TNA have been open arms with me. They're like, yeah, you got a home here, you know, come hang out with us and stuff like that. And I thought, why wouldn't I give that a powerful, if you will, like just make that high consideration. let's just throw it out there. I mean, if WWE called tomorrow, and I'd easily just listen and, see what the best move for my likeness would be. But at the same time, I would definitely be loyal to those guys over at TNA because they've just been really nice to me, and I really value that. But who knows? I'm like I said before, I'm up for anything, and every opportunity presents itself for a reason. And I can tell you this. Regardless of where I go with, I'm gonna do my best to give the fans a good show, and that's what it's all about. Is to give these fans something special, and get to flex my biceps in a different way.
Right on. Now, I'm curious, if you could have 3 matches with anybody, any promotion, who would they be against and why?
Ooh, that's tough, man. Man. Well, the fans have seen myself and The Rock go back and forth. The Rock has actually hit me up on Twitter a couple times just wishing me good luck for the Olympia. And everybody asked, like, would you actually go against this guy? I said, man, why can't we just go together and beat up on somebody else, And I would totally do that. But if it came down to it, I'd get in the ring with him, even though he's a lot taller than I am. But we have to figure out a way to make that even. But I think John Cena would be amazing to go against because of his name and because of what he stands for. And I don't know how I'd be a bad guy going against him, but I could obviously figure that out. But someone like him, because I know that he has a strong weightlifting background, and it'd be a true test of, athleticism and strength. So I definitely, obviously I'm shooting high here, folks. If you were probably listening, like, he's going right to the top, right? So those two, man. The third one's pretty tough, but why does Sting end up being in my mind? I do not know why, but I just think he's such a mysterious character, and I've been a fan of his for a long time, and who knows, but that would actually be pretty neat.
I'm just picturing the two of you.
Yeah, I just remember seeing him, being a part of the pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, and just hearing him come out, and the whole place just rumbled. And it got my attention so well that I thought, that's what it's all about, man. Like, you go up on that stage, you go in the ring, and the whole place is just going bananas for you. The whole crowd was quiet until he came out, and the whole place rumbled. I felt the ground shake. And I thought, man, going against someone like that, that's what it's about, man. Like, we're all showmen. I'm a showman on stage. When I go out in front of 10,000 people at the Miss Olympia contest, and those fans are going crazy, the place is rumbling as well. So it was one of those experiences where I thought, he and I feel probably the same energy. And he's a very mysterious guy, and he's been like that for me for quite some time. So obviously, like I said, I'm all over the place, but I wouldn't mind being one of those, winner-take-all things as well with 30 men in the ring. Wouldn't mind one of those either.
Awesome. Good picks you made.
So I appreciate that. No, thank you. Yeah, there's some, man, they're all athletes, right? I mean, and they've got some mad experience and great following and great storylines behind them that, you can't help but to pick those guys. They're legends.
So what's coming up next for you? I know you have an autograph signing coming up this Sunday. Could you tell the folks a little bit about that and other things you've got going on? Yeah. Well, tonight I'm actually at the National Physique Committee National Amateur Competition, Bodybuilding, Fitness, and Figure Competition. It's here over in Fort Lauderdale tonight. I'll be signing autographs there at the Browning Center. It's been pretty cool to go watch these amateurs, man. It's a pro qualifier, so each person has the opportunity to get their pro status and then hopefully compete, in the pro ranks against guys like myself later on. So it's pretty neat to be backstage and watching these, men and women, try to fulfill their dream. And then tomorrow I'll actually be in Brandon, Florida to go up, driving up to Tampa, and I'm going to Southern Muscle over in Brandon and doing an autograph signing from 12 to 3 p.m. There's going to be huge giveaways, and
for all the people that want to get involved, they can go on my website, www.philipheath.com, and then you can go click on the Instagram link and go on the Facebook directly from there, and that'll give you some more information as well. There's a phone number on there, especially I know I posted on the Instagram and Facebook and Twitter for those people that want to get more information, because we're doing huge giveaways. I'm signing every autograph I can for those 3 hours. I'll probably end up staying a little later because I always end up doing that, especially for those kids, face painting. I'm the type of guy that you bring your kids in, you know, I'm going to get them out of their shell and make them hit some bicep shots with me. So it's all good. There's no intimidation factor from me. I'm always smiling, willing to shake anyone's hand and discuss even their journey with the world of health and fitness. So, yeah, I've got that going on, and I get to go the following week, obviously celebrate Thanksgiving holiday with my family over in Seattle, Washington, and then after that I'm doing a tour over in Bahrain, over near Qatar. And bodybuilding is in over 100 countries, so I'm doing the Mr. Olympia Ambassador Tour and, you know, do some seminars over in Bahrain, and then after that, the year pretty much comes to an end in December. I only do a couple business meetings and kind of prepare for the next year's season, which starts pretty much January 1st. It's like everybody else. Get in that gym, getting after it, and, you know, it's going to be a war again. I'm going for my 4th Mr. Olympia title, and hopefully be amongst even more elite category of Mr. Olympias. Right now I'm 3rd. I got my 3rd Mr. Olympia. There's only 7 people out of the 13 champions of the Mr. Olympia that have done 3 or more. So I'm trying to ease up the ladder and on the elite status, if you will. And, you know, my goodness, man, I mean, doing interviews like this just remind me how special this opportunity is. So I just want to say thanks, guys, for listening. I really appreciate you to bring me on, and, you know, hopefully we can do it again.
Definitely, yeah. Stay in contact. I know we're following each other on Twitter and all that. And, you know, we send messages to one another. Yeah, and, you know, something I think that's really cool, and I didn't realize this until we went on air. You and I are both Sagittariuses, because my birthday is just a day before yours. Yeah, so
no wonder we get along.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like if I don't get to talk to you before then, I definitely want to say happy birthday in advance. Yeah, you know, no pressure, but, you know, maybe you could, you know, send a birthday present, maybe a picture or something. I can come up with something really nice to give to you.
Hey, you know what? Just send me a message, and I'll send you a care package, man. No problem.
Awesome.
You know, it's my pleasure for giving me this opportunity. And hey, Sagittariuses always get along, so feel free to hit me up, and I'll take care of you and get you something really cool. I got something cool for you. I tell the listeners, but they'd all probably want it too. I basically have a limited edition poster that isn't even available on my website that I give to, you know, usually when I go do appearances at hospitals or something like that, or good friends of mine. So I'll give you one of those. How about that? How's that sound?
That is a great birthday present. You know what? You got the itch in me. I'm gonna draw you something that's gonna be total kick-ass. You're gonna love it.
Cool. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. No, thank you. Look, we really appreciate you doing this, and definitely let's stay in contact, because yeah, we definitely are gonna be continuing to follow your journey, and we definitely want to have you back again for sure.
Oh, thanks a bunch.
All right. Well, hey, you enjoy the rest of the weekend and travel safe. Enjoy the holiday.
You too. For all you listeners, definitely keep listening in, and hopefully I get to tell you more about my career soon. And be sure to pick up that Flex magazine with your boy on the cover, Phil Heath. Yep. It'll be out on Monday.
On Monday it's coming out?
Yep, it'll be on all newsstands Monday.
Monday. Okay, Monday, folks. You heard that from him first, all right? Monday it's coming out. Phil, thank you so much, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Phil the Gift Heath. That was a very insightful interview right there. We really hope you guys had a